Hello, we're now going to the third part of the Crystal Tower series, the World of Darkness. This one's a bit more challenging than the first two, not gonna lie. And sometimes you'll find people immediately complaining that it's this one, because there are some tricky mechanics. But it's pretty fun. Very chaotic. It can be very chaotic. So as a refresher, this is an alliance raid, so we have 3 groups, 3 full parties. So I'm in Alliance A, and there's B, and there's C here. Each full party has 8 people, and we have 3 of them, so there's 24 people here. This first group of ads, or little boss guys, they're basically like chimeras in one of the previous dungeons in Cutter's Cry, remember? So they're like, there's this move, Dragon Voice. So it has like this red stuff, so you can interrupt that. There's a few moves here that you'll want to interrupt, or else everyone will get hit with things. Like, okay, so here we've got all these AoEs that everyone needs to watch out for, and also each little guy, enemy, can do this like front cleave thing. So you really need to watch out, especially if you're melee. It's very important to interrupt some of those moves. This group happened to do a pretty clean run of that, but let me show you this one. So here in this other group, didn't manage to interrupt one of them. Okay, so the one that I was targeting was able to get interrupted, but this other one did its stuff. And now look at all these deep freeze things. There's so many people that got frozen. See, and then now we're all stuck in this AoE thing. We can't move. So that's why it's important to make sure you can interrupt stuff when you're, whichever one you're targeting. Yeah. So this can get messy very quickly. It can turn. I've seen it turn into immediate wipes in that area just because of that freezing thing, and then all the AoEs all over the place. But anyway, so after the set of 3 guys, we get all these other ads, and really you can just pull them all together and AoE them down. AoE means area of effect, and so it does multiple. It does damage in the area that you're in, and so if there are multiple enemies, then it will do attacks on all of them. Okay, ad phase done. Moving on. This fight is also a little tricky. So when the tank comes in, you want to go immediately to the other side, okay? And turn the boss around. And it's very important to keep the boss turned away from everyone, because the boss will do a tank cleave, and it's a straight line, but it can hurt. So, before we get to that, this move here, the vision, it will split the room in half based on where the boss is looking. And one part will be like this white color, and one part will be this orange brown color. You want to stand on just one side of it and remember which one you are on. So here I'm on, I went to the white side, and now I've got like, I've got this little sad face, see? And I got this tear, and it's kind of white. And if you look at the other ones, this one looks different than mine. It's like a red angry face, like this. Okay, so depending on how you remember things, you can either look at the icon and say, oh, I was on the sad side first, or I was on the angry side first. Or you can think of it as, I went to the white side first, or the dark orange brown side. However you can remember it will be important for later, because you'll have to switch to the other side. You don't want multiple stacks of that. Okay, Now, immediately after that is the tank cleave I was talking about. This whole thing. This is only something a tank should take. Look at the Dragoon was up there and they took a good amount of damage. So you want to be careful with that. Okay. Now, look at this. People are taking damage. Okay. Now, there are also these glowing things around. Okay. That's going to be important for later too. For now, just keep that in mind. I'll go over it once it happens. There's a lot of stuff. Now, at some point during this move, level 100 flare, a random person will get targeted and they'll have this like orb thing on them. This whole thing, okay? And then you'll also notice this kind of circular thing around them. I'll just play it out. Okay. I'll play it out and then we'll go back. Okay, and then it explodes, okay? So basically what happens there... Probably better if I delete some of this. Okay, so what happens is one person gets targeted, and then everyone who's inside this circle pattern around this person will get a tether to them. See? See this? Everyone that was nearby got a tether. And if you stay inside there, you're gonna get hit with the explosion. And so if you see that you're tethered to this one person and you're inside this circular thing, you need to run out as soon as possible. The person who gets targeted, they can't do anything, so you just stay there. But yeah, that will do some damage. Okay. Immediately after, we're gonna get hourglasses. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the room is divided into quarters, and we need to take down all the hourglasses. Okay. While that's happening, I don't know if you noticed, but the boss is still doing these front tank cleaves, and so you do not want to stand in front of the boss. And also, whoever's main tank should not be turning the boss around and stuff, or else this will wipe a lot of people because they're not expecting it, kind of thing. But yeah, okay, so like I said, there's quadrants, so there's 4, and we need to take care of the ad in each of them. Going around the stage, this white thing, this light is going around. At some point, it's going to stop, and you need to not be standing in that. There's a little arrow here pointing. You have enough time to focus on the ads, so you don't need to rush too much. But okay, let's go back. Okay, look, I took care of an hourglass, so now I'm gonna go find another one. But at the same time, around all of that, now that I'm making this guide, it is a lot of information, isn't it? Okay, the boss is doing a move. You know, in this other dungeon, dang, what was it? What was that other dungeon called? The Sunken Temple of Karn, where you got Doom, and then you had to stand on a glowing thing? Yeah, that's in this, okay? So that eyeball is actually what's gonna give you the Doom. So, okay, so this is the ad phase. See if I can pause it for the cast. That was the Tank Buster. Death's Embrace awaits. Okay. There's no cast name, but the boss has the look away indicator on there. Just see it. If it's too chaotic, you might want to turn your effects off for other people, because there's a lot going on. So this eyeball, you want to make sure you're looking away. If you're looking away, then you won't get hit with this thingy. If you do get hit with a thing, like some of these people do, you get this icon, the Doom icon. I feel like I've drawn it before. It's like something like this or something. Okay, so if you have that, if you don't cleanse it, you're gonna die. And so if you have this thing, you want to step on a glowing platform. See, so these people are going there to cleanse it. Does SF get it? Let's watch. Let's see if... No, they didn't. They didn't stand on a glowing platform, and so they immediately died. Okay, so that's why it's critical that you either look away for that mechanic, or... Okay, this thing. Right. You need to look away, or you need to immediately go find a glowing platform. The glowing platforms will go away after a while, and they'll glow in other places, so you need to keep looking around for them. Okay, now, as soon as, like, you know what, I think usually by the time I see all the hourglass ads are down, that's when this thing stops, but there's a chance that it can also keep going. If your DPS is low, it'll keep going. But here, the hand is pointing this way, but you can also see these dashes on the side. And watch it, you know, it's staying there instead of continuously moving. And so that means anyone who is in this spot is going to immediately die. So do not stand there. Okay, and now front tank cleave. Make sure you're not standing up there. Tanks don't turn the boss. Okay, just keep it facing one direction so everyone knows which way not to go. We got these ads, and it's pretty important to take care of these ads. Okay, now let's see what happens when you don't take care of the ads. You know, I'm not super sure if it's this one, but we sure took a lot of damage. Okay, here. So the ads popped up here, right? And also the boss is facing all over the place, so see, the boss is facing this way. So a fair amount of people have taken damage here. Okay, some people have died and stuff. But also because the ads are like here and we haven't really taken care of them, they'll look at this, look at all this damage. Look at all this damage everyone takes. You know, so sometimes you really do have to take care of the ads. This run happened to be a hot mess, so there was a lot going on. I'm pretty sure it is because the ads, like, because it looks like they're exploding. You know? If it's not that, go ahead and correct me. But I'm pretty sure, like, we took all that damage because we weren't able to take the ads down fast enough. Because in this one, we do focus the ads, and they don't, like, blow up. Oh, okay, someone interrupted the paralyze, okay. But then also, yeah, the ads were taken down before the glowing thing even happened. Okay, so in over here, the ads were still up by the time the glowing things happened. And so they were probably alive for too long, and then we took hella damage from that. So, yeah. Here. Tank Buster, these little ads come up, take them down as soon as possible. And then prepare for this half stage thing again. So another reason why you don't want the main tank to move too much too, because sometimes, you know, people will think of it as, oh, the white side or the orange side, or they'll think of it as the sad face or the angry face, or some people might think in the front or in the back. And so it can be confusing if the boss is like all over the place. For me, I usually position myself so that I go into like the further one, the white one first, and then I go to the orange one. And that's a personal thing, that just because I've run this so much, I've ingrained it in myself so that I don't really think about it anymore. But yeah, okay. So here's that move again, where one person gets tethered and they have this little orb thing on them. and then everyone else nearby gets tethered to them. And you can see clearly the radius of this, and so you want to run out. Get out of there. As soon as you run out, you lose your tether. See, I don't have my tether anymore. But that person who was chosen can't move. They have to stay there. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to stand on the glowing things if you don't have Doom, just in case. Because if you do, then it can go away, and if someone else who does have Doom, you know, might need that. Also, yeah, man, this Dragoon keeps getting all up in the tank buster. Okay, you don't want to stand too close, okay? Don't stand so close to that. Okay, Mortal Gaze is when you want to look away. And now, okay, see, I didn't look away. And I have the Doom thing now. And so I'm gonna go on to the glowing thing. Oh, the glowing thing didn't go away. Okay, I still have Doom, so I gotta find another one or else I'm gonna die. There we go. So, that was all cool. Okay. Oh boy, that was the whole thing. I hope I explained it well enough. If you get a chaotic mess, you might wipe. It's fine, everyone will just wipe together. And then you restart and you just do it again. Yeah. Most important things are, you know, don't get caught in that Doom thing. Don't stand in front of the tank buster. Make sure you hit those hourglass ads. Take care of any ads, really. And then make sure you're going to the sad face and angry face, like alternating them. I know, it's a lot of information. Okay, this next one's not so bad. The main boss is in the middle, and on the sides we're gonna get other ads. You can interrupt this. We're gonna get ads on the side. These gates, they're literally gates. So you need to destroy the gates, and if you don't destroy the gates, then ads will come out of the gates, and so you want to take them down as soon as possible so you don't get extra ads. See over here, usually a ranged person will use Limit Break on all of the gates. It does an okay amount of damage for all of them, so yeah, nice. Okay, and then we do it a second time. It's a little bit of raid-wide damage here, but it's not too bad. Can interrupt that. Okay, so this section is kind of more like a breather. It's a bit more simple than that first big boss. Oh yeah, also if you're main tanking that previous boss, the one with the eye and like all the things, like make sure your healer knows that you're main tank, because those tank busters are gonna hurt. And make sure you're using your mitigation and stuff for those. Okay, so this dragon, typically people will pull the dragon as far north as they can. And there's a few reasons for this. Also, you want to, you know, in general, keep the boss away. But like, there is this front cleave, and it's pretty huge. So you want to get out of that. There's a stack marker. So everyone stacks together. Okay, watch out for the front cleave. There is a dragon firefly. Well, it was over here. This line here, it's attached to somebody right now. See, if you get that, pass it to a tank. It will give like a debuff thingy, and the tank should take care of that. Okay, and then at some point the boss will have these other heads in the front targetable, and so you want to use your AoE move on those. So make sure you're attacking those too. Oh yeah, that did some raid-wide damage. Okay, dodge those little circular things. This person didn't. Happens kind of quick, but it's like this thing. We saw it in the last fight. Just get out of those. Okay, another stack marker. Okay, these as the prominence ones, you want to take those down. No, the blue thing is kind of just part of an animation, but they're like these glowing white ball things. You want to take care of those. Watch out for the AoE. Watch out for this thing. Okay, so here this slime puddle like dropped down, and then this poison slime ad spawned out of it. You want someone to be standing inside of this puddle thing, or else more ads will pop up. And so if you see someone doing that, it's so that more ads don't pop up. And if you see more ads pop up, just go stand in it. Okay. Random people are gonna get targeted for this thingy. Okay, I was chosen. Now I'm gonna run out. It is ice that will then turn into ice puddles that will then spread. So this is kind of why, see, it's spreading. It's getting bigger. This is why it's nice that the tank pulled the boss all the way to the front. Okay, also you can see everyone up in the air right now because there was also other stuff that hit them, okay? So if the boss was right in the middle, these like ice things and the placement and stuff will be all over the place, and then the boss does that front cleave, and so that's why you want to give as much stage space as possible for everyone to move around, because yeah, this ice got pretty big. Okay, so for this next one, all the parties are going to split up. So make sure you know what your alliance group is. I'm group A, so A goes here, B goes here, C goes here. There are these little teleport platforms. So A is going to boop this way, B goes that way, and C goes to this one. If you go to the wrong one, you can go back, but people might start the fight already. But yeah, see, so this is A and B is over there and C is over there. But yeah, so this boss, there are a few things here you need to look out for. There are these circles on the ground. When they are glowing, you do want to step on them, and you'll see why in a moment. Okay, so these ones, you want to step on them. If you end up... Okay, wait, let me explain this one first. There's a few things here. A random person will get targeted, and wherever that person is standing, the boss is going to turn around and inhale everyone. Okay, this, it's hard to see, but there is a yellow, oh sorry, orange marker. Like over here, there's an orange marker. So that person, the boss is going to turn and face them, and then anyone in that general area is going to get absorbed into his mouth. Okay. Also, this person stepped on a glowing thing, so that's important. So we got nommed, devoured in there. So we're just stuck in there for a while. You can see that basically everyone got nommed inside. Also, watch out for these cleaves. Everyone else, like B and C, are doing the same thing, just on their own stage. Oh, okay. So we get tossed out, and now we're on this lower platform. But there's a glowing thing on the side, and that's good for us, so we can jump back up. The reason you want to step on these glowing things is so that you can put the jumping platform on the other alliance groups. So if you see in the comments people say step on the glowing things, it's because like people were trapped. And so for example, if my group didn't step on the things, then maybe group C or group B wouldn't have gotten to jump back up. So that's why it's important to step on those. Okay, and now this disc thing, you don't want to get hit by that. You get punched. So watch out for that. Okay, now that person had the target thing on them. You see that? They got the target. So you want to stay away from them, because everyone in that area is going to get sucked up. So then I step on this one. Okay, now I dodge the AoE. It's a lot. I'm sure you'll do fine though. It'll be okay. Yeah, once everyone's done, everyone just boops over and then runs together. This next fight is a little tricky. Typically, someone in the chat will say something like this: A, B, C, or A equals adds, B, belly, C, chains. Okay, so what this indicates is Alliance A will take care of the adds on the outside, Alliance B will go inside the belly, Alliance C will take care of the chains outside. And I will go through all of that. You can see here that there are chains on the Cerberus right now. Soon the chains will break off. And so that we'll have to reattach them later. For now, we'll just watch. Okay, watch out for behind him. He will do this move, tail blow. So the tank, this tank seems like they know what they're doing really, but the tank did turn the boss this way, and so it wouldn't cleave that way. If the tank had stood on this side, it would have cleaved all here, where most people usually are, and so I believe that this tank has done this a good amount of times, and so they tried to save more people. But anyway, okay, the Cerberus is Igar, and then now his chains are not there anymore. This target will pick a random person, and wherever that person is, the Cerberus will send a thing. Okay, watch. Gastric juice. You do not want to attack this. Do not attack this. You want to leave it there. The reason is he'll make this puddle. This is actually horrible placement, but he'll make a puddle and it will look, okay, just wait. It will look like this, okay? And then preferably somewhere else he will throw up this blobber thing. Okay. I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain this, because this does not fit good footage for this. But okay, the gastric juice is doing this move called mini. If you happen to be standing in this goopy stuff, you will be turned small. And then now the boss is gonna throw up. Usually he doesn't do it right on top of each other. This happened to just be a bad pattern, but this goopy stuff, this vomit, is usually somewhere else. but you want to turn small, and then you want to stand in the vomit, okay? And so, but if you were not already small and you stand in the vomit, then you get seized, and then you're probably gonna die because then he eats things. And so I straight up died because I tried to go get Mini by this, but then I got caught in the vomit first. So that was just really bad luck there. So let's see if I have better footage of that. Let's see. Yeah. So here the gastric juice is on this side, and then the boss is targeting over here, and he's gonna vomit on that side. So here, see, I turn small, I turn mini, and then I wait for the vomit, and then I go into the vomit. And now I'm seized, but I'm mini, so it's okay. I didn't straight up die. Okay, now we kind of just, oh my goodness, the back, so that wasn't great placement for that, but eventually I get moved to the center because he's gonna turn around and eat me. I know, it sounds like whatever it sounds like. Okay, but inside, we'll go with Alliance B since we're here. Inside the belly, there are ads, and then there's stomach wall, okay? You want to take care of the stomach wall and the ad if they're getting in your way. Usually you want a lot of people in here, but sometimes people don't know about it, so it can be kind of difficult, but it's nice to have at least a healer in here to help take care of people. I don't believe the stomach wall will attack you at all, but these unknown goopy things most likely will. See, they're kind of all over. And also, even if you're not part of Alliance B, you can go in here. You just have to step in that gastric juice to turn small, and then step into the vomit to get eaten up. Okay, so once we take care of the stomach walls, now the doggy is like upset and it's like rolling on the ground, okay? And so then we go outside. We get ejected. Okay. And then, I know I'm kind of going backwards here, but the ads, no, sorry, the chains get added. Okay, let's just go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah. So, for this one, I didn't make it in because these two things were stacked on top of each other, but I try to sneak in there again. Do I try? I think I don't risk it, but okay. I'm also Alliance A anyway, and so I just stayed on top. So around here, there will be Wolfsbane. Alliance A would take care of the ads outside, but do not attack the gastric juice. But again, if you want to be more efficient, you would send more people into the belly to take care of that phase. It's not necessary, but it is more efficient. It's fine if you want to just stay specifically to what you're doing. Okay, now, when the belly phase is done, see the server slumps on the ground in pain, this open fetter will pop up, okay? And so now we go back to the front wall and we grab the tethers. See? Magic fetter. There's one over here too. So you want to interact with it, and then you'll pull the chains. See, this person's running the chains. And you want to attach it to an open fetter. There's one on each side. So someone from group C should be taking care of this. And if nobody's taking care of it, it's also fine if you're from a different group and you want to take care of it because you know what you're doing. That's fine. As long as it gets done, it's cool. Yeah, sometimes people will say things in party chat where they might make jokes about everyone goes to belly, and that's just because it's a lot faster. But anyway, okay. This tail blow, watch out from behind him. But then we also have these like lightning ball things. They pop up and then they'll do long AoEs. Let's watch this. Okay, see this ball dropped here. There's a few of them. There's here, here, here. And they're gonna do these long AoEs, so you need to be quick and get out of the way. Also get out of that tail whip. Okay, Hound out of hell. He's going to pounce in a direction. Yeah, so yeah. Make sure you're not standing behind him when he moves. I can hear me taking pictures. I think I was trying to get references for stuff. Okay, more lightning mine things. Just watch out for those. And a lot of people are taking damage here. Okay, and people are using their LBs. The limit break. Man, that was a whole thing. Okay, but we're at the last fight now. Oh boy. I ended up watching the cutscene because I hadn't seen it in a long time. But usually people don't wait. And it's a whole thing. So, okay, here. So this means that people already started the fight. If you want to watch a cutscene, definitely just watch it. Just know you'll miss some of the fight. Most likely. Unless you tell people, like some people do say, hey, I want to watch the cutscenes and stuff, but the other people might not be as amendable to that. But anyway, as soon as you get in, you won't need to watch out for this move, okay? If you happen to get in and it's like a bad position, you might immediately get hit with this front cleave, so be aware of that. Okay, I have footage over here of what it's like if you end up skipping the cutscene, just so you can see the first part of the fight. You should totally watch the cutscenes if you're into the lore and stuff. Or you can watch it in an inn where they let you rewatch stuff. Typically people will move to the left front side and wait over there, but some of the people were impatient, so they wanted to start. So, I mean, yeah. That's on them. Here, oops. There's a few things. This big AoE. Okay, wait. Let's start with this. The faint particle beam, that's the thing in the other video that I got hit with, because this is where people enter. Oh, wait. No. That's this thing. Okay, it was the AoE. Sorry. Someone will get targeted with this big AoE thing, and you can see the arrows there. So that means they're gonna get hit with something and it's gonna continuously follow them. Sorry, I believe that's what this move is called. If you've been watching my guides, you'll know I don't know the names of moves, but I know what they do. Okay, so see, this person gets hit, but it's gonna keep on following them. So if you get targeted with that, you want to run towards the back of the room and try to stay on the side so it doesn't hit other people. See? It keeps following them. Now, she's about to do her front thingy. Okay, people enter the stage here. So if you're watching a cutscene, you'll likely have entered around here, and then watch how she's gonna do this move. See, someone just appeared. Okay, and then she disappears and then comes back and then does a very big move. I also got hit with that because I was standing a little too close to her. It's a whole thing, okay? So just watch out for that stuff. Okay, let's go back to the other video. Okay, that one was called Zero Form Particle Beam, and the one that follows somebody is Faint Particle Beam. Okay, see, most people are on that side. Anyway, okay, so now there are these towers all around the stage. Someone needs to soak them. At least one person needs to be in it to soak it. See how it made a circle, so that means that's covered. So that's fine. Okay, now these dark cloud ads form. You want to take those down, because if you don't and she eats them, then she gets more powerful later. So you need to take them down as soon as possible. If you stand in them, they'll have this heavy thing and they won't move as fast. So to help with the damage and stuff, stand inside the hitbox so they don't move as fast towards her. They'll be coming out from all over the place. Okay, now we have these towers again. Make sure you're standing in them, or at least one person standing in them. I'm always panning my camera around to also kind of see where the boss is, because I'm always afraid she's going to do that front cleave and, like, you know, attack me. Okay, here's another big cloud and a tower. So usually she will do the front cleave thingy when she moves from the stage and like go somewhere else. So that's usually the tell. Now, okay, she does this big move. Okay, if she had eaten a bunch of clouds, that move can wipe people. Okay, and now the stage will have these 3 different areas, each with an ad inside. So you need to go to one of them. Sometimes people will mark it to be whichever, but at this point, just go to one that doesn't look like it has as many people as soon as possible, because the walls are gonna go up and then you can't leave or go in. So just pick one and go to it. It used to be more organized, but in Party Finder, or Duty Roulette, it's just not. Okay, so see, she comes back, and now she's gonna do that front beam, so you need to watch out. Just get out of this. So stay on the sides. Always make sure you're on the sides of her. Hot limit break. Yeah. Wow. That was a lot. Is this the longest guide I've made? Man, there's a lot of information here. Yeah, so if you've made it this far, congratulations. You've finished your first full Alliance raid. Set. 324 people fights in a thingy. Each expansion has its own. Yeah. Cool. I hope this was helpful. And I hope I gave enough information about all those things. That eyeball one is very tricky. Sometimes people just straight up leave. Like, they leave the fight and then you have to look for more members because they're just like, I don't want to do this. So, yeah. Okay. Well, everybody, have a good one. I'll be making a few more unsynced extreme things, and then we'll move on to Heaven's Ward. Bye!